Welcome back to Sports Talk with Tom Watkins on the edge. So a lot of heat came down this past week of the NFL. The Ray Lewis tape came out. I'm sure everyone's heard about it. Him striking his wife. The news about Adrian Peterson of him of spanking his child, and his kid was bleeding, and didn't do nothing about it. There's been a lot of deep expression for this stuff on ESPN. Chris Carter has been one to speak out on it. So our lady Hannah Storm, ESPN anchor. I was watching it on First Take and all that, and seeing what Stephen A. and those guys, and Adam Scheffler, the guy who covers the NFL for ESPN, was talking about it, and who not necessarily who's to blame, but who. Why did the NFL hold on to the tape for so long? And the thing that's sickening is that you gotta think that they had you gotta think that they had that tape. I mean, come on, it's an elevator security tape. You're telling me that they didn't have that they didn't see that? I don't know. That's really hard to believe. Someone dropped. I mean, they said that they're talking on First Take that someone dropped the ball, and they're like, well, no, I don't think the ball was ever picked up. And this problems like this have come up, and obviously the Donald Sterling thing, in April there, right? Kind of not the same situation, but as far as scandals go, it's funny because obviously you don't ever hit a woman, right? You don't ever hit a woman, but it's funny because I don't know. It's funny that the NFL just they just brushed it off as whatever. You wonder if it was because of an image thing. I was trying to think about it. I'm like, what? Why are they protecting this guy, this Ray Rice? He's been around the NFL for a while. He won a Super Bowl ring with them a couple of years back when they played the 49ers. Why are they protecting this guy? And I'm wondering, is it because he's a Super Bowl champion and he's been around the league for a while? He's the star running back of the Ravens. The Ravens are a prominent team in the NFL. I mean, I guess every team is, but especially the Ravens are always good. They always bring in revenue. Is that what it is, that they brought in because they bring in revenue? I mean, and we've seen athletes and stuff get away with. I mean, we've seen athletes and scandals like this before, and it's whatever. I mean, look at Kobe Bryant. Look at Ray Lewis. Look at. I mean, there's so many. I mean, well, you can even talk about Aaron Hernandez. You can talk about. There's a lot of athletes like this, and so I mean, I don't know. It's really sick to watch. I don't know if you've seen the video, but it's sick. And it's a really tough thing, and it looks real bad in the NFL. And now I think they're at a point where, how are we going to change this image? What are we going to do about this image to construct this image again, to make this the NFL is one of the it's a matter of morals, I think, is what it is. Because come on, if you see that tape, and if they're trying to say that, oh, well, we didn't get the tape, we didn't see that other tape until now, or we didn't get that tape. That is a load of crap. Come on. If you had the initial tape back in February, where was it now? Come on. How could you not have seen the other side of it? And maybe someone didn't give him the other tape. If that's the case, that's wrong. I mean, it's a question of morality here. It is. It's a question of morality. If you see someone getting hurt like that, and it's a domestic violence crime, you need to act on it for the right of your moral being. This is stuff that's beyond the game itself, and it's important because, win, lose, or tie, a game's a game, but beyond the game itself is what's going to attract fans. And stuff like this turns a lot of fans. the NFL is not. I mean, they're still making revenue and they're still bringing people in. I mean, obviously we saw from last Sunday, but damn, I mean, look at the Donald Sterling thing. people, those guys wanted to quit the Clippers. No one wanted to show up there. Like, people were boycott the games because the guy's racist. I don't know. It's tough, and it's funny because now there's there's a new report coming out of the Atlantic Hawks owner. He sent an email, it was a real racist email about how he didn't want, like, he also want black African American girls being being on the dance team or on kiss cams or being shown, and other stuff about Africa. He's like, I'd rather have white people in the stands than African Americans, and kind of on the same bias as Donald Sterling, kind of in that same area. It's just, but he didn't go slamming people like Magic Johnson did. This was in an email, and he came out and said it. And he said, I want to take a step back. It's just, it's a respect for the game. And it's not just, it's a respect for the game you're watching and playing. That's one thing I like about hockey. And I don't mean to be like biased here because I've been playing hockey for 12 years. But the thing about hockey is, majority of those NHL players are humble. They respect the game. You're humble. Every player. I mean, most players that play hockey are humble about it. If you've been playing, you have a true passion for it. You're gonna be humble about the game. You're not gonna be going out and doing stupid stuff like that and doing crimes and stuff. But you're gonna be humble and gracious about the game. And I think that's what it comes down to is your morality of having respect for the game. By doing stuff like that outside of like Ray Rice doing that in Atlantic City. Like, everywhere you go, you're representing the Ravens. You don't think people know who you are? Everyone knows who you are. They recognize your face. They'll recognize you, of course. It's just, some people are just idiots. I mean, seriously, they're idiots. You get granted in a position like that to where you're the running back for the Baltimore Ravens. Have a pretty could possibly maybe not this year, but are definitely a contender in the NFL. A lot of teams are, and you go off and do something stupid like that. It's just having respect for the game, and and having morality. And the NFL did drop the ball. I mean, the NFL did screwed this up big time. How will they fix it? I mean, hopefully they can. People are saying whether or not Roger Goodell should be fired or not. I mean, that could be. He could. I think he might be on the borderline of it now because of if he held on to this tape to protect him, because that could be that was another thing I thought about. I'm like, do you think he was protecting him? Maybe he was. It's a nasty video, or maybe he was trying to protect himself, so he didn't have to run into all this. But have respect for yourself, have respect for the game, and for your loved ones, especially your loved ones, but more importantly, the game. Or, they're both important, I'm sorry. Excuse me. But, I mean, it's most important to have respect for your loved ones, but also for the game. That's what I meant to say. Have respect for the game. I'm going to take a break. When we come back, we'll start talking about the Hawks and see what they're going to do this season, so stay.